All right, guys, from LAX, we're going to Texas.
Hey guys, welcome back. Smith RC Studios, Lewis Smith here. Thanks for stopping by. Happy Sunday. So today we have my boxes that I sent over to California to ship my Losi 5T race truck. They're back in the studio. We're gonna go ahead and open it up, assess it, see what went wrong during the races. We'll do it here on camera. But before that, guys, the trip to California was super awesome. Best time. We were there. We basically go there almost every year now. It's starting to become a habit. Last year we had a bigger crew. I brought my camera crew and then Harley, the pit crew. This year it was a smaller crew, which is me and Harley, but we had a blast. I mean, I made a longer trip out of it. Some of you guys may know I am from California, so I had to obviously visit family, friends, restaurants. When we were out there, we had a chance to go visit some of my favorite beaches. We were actually in Disneyland for a while, so we did have a blast. But the front end was the races, which if you guys haven't seen those videos yet, I will link them below, part 1 and part 2. Go check it out. Some badass footage in both of those videos, thanks to Eric Robinson, who threw the event in California. So we will be going there again next year and the following year. It's looking like it's going to be an annual thing for Smith RC Studios because it's such a blast. It really is that fun. And so my truck is here in this box. We're going to go ahead, just take it out. It looks like it came in one piece, but we did have some trouble out when we were racing during the B mains, and so we're gonna assess it. I did already order some extra parts, so let's check it out. Okay, so we're not gonna worry about the canopy here. That we can just open at a different time, but this main box here is where we have the Losi 5T. I did add a whole bunch of extra stuff in here because my wife couldn't fit stuff in our luggage, so I figure add a couple pounds on here when I use pirate ship. And we can just, you know, ship all this other stuff here that I could not fit. These are pretty cool. Anyway, I do have my Bartolone poster. Oh. So there it is, man. Beautiful race truck. It came back in one piece. All right, it's so good to see this guy back in the studio, all dirty. This is the aftermath of the Losi 5T 2.0 race truck that was out in California racing. Really fun. Pretty much, for the most part, everything is good. There was a few loose nuts and bolts on this back brace here. I actually ran one of the races without the screw at the bottom, so this was loose. I was lucky not to bend the chassis or anything like that, but yeah, so obviously I put a screw down there. But the main issue, it was actually with the engine, not the Bartolone engine itself, but it was just the screws at the bottom came loose. As you can see here, it grinded up the pinion gear, so pretty bad. You can see pinion gear is pretty stripped. So basically the truck ran well. I mean, this 30.5 Bartolone engine is definitely a nice race engine. It did well. The issue happened during the B main. So, and I was in the C main. So we started on time that morning. It rained the night before, so we woke up to a rainy morning. The dirt was nicely packed down. We started pretty quickly at 8:30. We were running the C main. They were about, I think, 15-minute long, and I ran pretty well. I qualified. I did top 3 in the B main. I bumped up to the B main. About an hour or so later, we did the B mains, and that's when the issue happened. So during the B mains, I ran pretty well. About 5, maybe 8 minutes into the B mains for a truck, I can hear the engine rev, but the truck wasn't moving. So my boy Harley at the bottom, thanks Harley, shout out to you, was quick. I drove it up to pit lane where Harley was. He grabbed it. He noticed immediately that the bottom, the bolts that mount the engine down had fallen out. Basically, we locked tight these screws, but somehow 3 of them got loose, and so the engine was only hanging on one bolt at the bottom. Thus, reason why it was, you know, wiggling around in there, and that's when the pinion gear stripped. So Lesson learned there. I just more Loctite, and some people said, you know, clean out the holes, make sure there's no dirt in there. You know, there's a whole bunch of different things. But I did order. I heard the pinion gear, the stock pinion gear, which is what I was running, is not as strong as these mod ones. So I did order Matt Olson Design 18 tooth. So I'll be running next year 18 tooth and 62 on the spur with these mod. And of course, I will Loctite, make sure the engine is well bolted to the chassis to prevent this from happening. But even if it did, these are stronger. So that's pretty much it. Other than that pinion gear situation, the truck held well. I mean, these Losi 5T 2.0s are made for this kind of deal. If you bash them, and definitely for racing. So this will be my race truck going forward. This is what I used last year at the Worlds, and then this year at the War of the Worlds, and hopefully sooner next year as well. So yeah, just stay on the lookout for that. There's no damage anywhere other than this bent license plate here, which not a big deal. But yeah, truck held up very well. An engine, Bartolone 30.5, running amazing. Well, this truck runs fucking badass. I mean, it's good for racing. Stay tuned. I will take this truck again next year. We will be there next year. Obviously, put the pinion on, clean it up. It'll be ready. But also stay tuned, because behind me, this huge boat here, biggest boat in the studio so far. We're gonna get this running. It's a new boat. Badass. Wait for that video. That thing's gonna be a ripper. So stay tuned for that boat. We're just getting it ready to go. And then I'm excited for that one. But other than that, trip in California was badass. You guys saw the footage, and right now, at the end of this video, I have a little hidden footage of when we went to one of my favorite beaches when I was out there in California, Laguna Beach. It's like a hidden gem. You kind of go into this cave. You have to go through the cave. Once you pass a certain point, there's like a pool that's hidden, and it gets filled up when the tide comes up, and then when the tide leaves, what's left is a pool. Really nice. So that's a little bit of footage there. But other than that, guys, thanks for stopping by Smith RC Studios. Cheers. Hey guys, we made the walk from that side, and here's the cave. So we're gonna go inside the cave now.